Hey everybody, you're watching GT Sam. I'm Sam, and we are back today with my cheap Acura MDX that I bought for a family member. Now we're going to be uncovering some dirty secrets of this thing today. Not just because the underbody is covered in disgusting grease and everything like that, but I think we're going to have to check all the other fluids to see how well is it really doing and how good of a deal did I really get. Maybe it was too good. Let's dive into this, find out right now. We're running well, and the only thing that's really bothering me right now is smoking like a son of a gun. I think the valve cover is completely shot and gone, but we'll deal with that another time. So we're up and running and feeling pretty good. I can definitely tell that my injector cleaner, system cleaner is working. I think one thing that happened is that I think the cable for passenger side fog light got ripped out, because I found the cable is kind of busted up a little bit, and I was like, oh, with this too. But I even saw in the pictures when I bought this that it did have all the fog lights working, but now the other one's not. So obviously there's a problem right there. That was for another time. And we made it! Look at this pile of goodness! We got valve cover, gaskets, filters, reseals, transmission filters, you name it, we got it all. Also got oils, cleaners, ceramic coating as well, tools up the wazoo, and so she's here ready to roll. And we got a noisy shop here today with lots of things going on, like machines running by and a lot of birds chirping. So in the midst of it all, trying to stay focused, get this taken care of ASAP today. Well, time to get this done, and thank you to whoever ran this without having a wipe blade and just scratched up the whole window. Never mind. Got my new cap here for the reservoir for the coolant. Something sinister and greasy lurks under here. And there's plastic. I'm about to find out a little bit more of what that is, even all the way up here. Okay, I'm thinking the valve covers, but it might be a little bit more than valve covers at this point. I'm not even sure what that would be from. What? Hey, look! The coolant hose! Went ahead and took out these slide pins too. They were pretty gummed up with some old grease, so we went ahead and cleaned those up. Now I'm gonna put some new full synthetic grease on there. Man, I thought that was lost forever. Ready to check out this oil. Oh, Swift. Hot. Let's put the plug down there. Juicy. Well, we figured out what was going on with the fog light, and it's just hanging out like this, and you can see the filament is gone. So obviously very dead. So let's see if I have any extra hanging around. Driver's front brakes, I made a little discovery. Front looks good overall. Got a little ding right in there, but pretty smooth. Got some weird wear. But the rear, what is this? The bent pin and this? These bolts were completely stuck on, very, 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 very tight. And then this pin is froze. This one was able to come out, I was able to re-grease it, so much better. Now we gotta get this out of here. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good right now. Kind of like my hair at the moment. Boots come off, it's disgusting and kind of rusty in there, so. Uh-oh. The rubber's gone. Oh boy. I'll be honest with you, I don't know where the actual rubber went for on the tip of this thing. There's a bunch of grease in there, which is fine, I guess. And I searched around inside of here with a screwdriver, didn't feel anything or see anything come out. So that's all we have, and this is like a backup I have. It's not big enough. So we're going to have to stick with the old original one until we can get some replacements working on here. And just like that, we have the back and the front of the brake pads greased up. We have the pins all nice and moving and lubed up good. And so everything should slide much better, even where the brake pads all sit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the back as well. All right, next on the list here, we're going to do a motor flush here. You know, nothing too crazy. It doesn't seem like it's anything too harsh. I think this engine's going to need it. Take a look inside. Yeah, it's a little gummy. And of course, now is the only time for the best of the best oil and oil filter, the Mobile 1 extended performance and high mileage. This is going to help with the wear and tear of the engine and seals also. And no, I'm not going to keep this for 20,000 miles. Of course, before we start filling up with oil, we have to check. See, how does it look? How did the cleaner do? What do you guys think? Go ahead and leave some comments down below. Did this help at all or not? I'm going to leave a before and after right after this video. So here is a before. And here's an after. So it doesn't look like too much, but, you know, hopefully it helped out just a little bit. So the back bumper, they even repainted it before. You can see already has some nicks and scratches and stuff like that, but you can even tell because they left the tape on still for like years. Completely forgot to take the painter's tape off. Yeah, that's not like it, man. You go ahead and do that. I'll probably do the same thing, sand it down a little bit, clean it, and then tape things off and just go ahead and paint it. And right now we have the transmission fluid right here. It's supposed to be a nice red. Right now it's kind of a dirty, dark red. It's a little overfilled too, I'd say. Kind of smells a little burnt. So what we're gonna do today is gonna go ahead and do a drain and fill for now, just so we can get at least something good and new in there and start getting conditioned. I love working on transmissions for Hondas and Acuras because the fluid's so simple. Look, right down there. You can see ATF right there in front of your face. So if you can zoom out, there it is. 18mm breaker bar bolt, breaker bar. You're able to pop that off. And then if you go down here, your drain bolt is right here, right kind of in the middle of everything going on here. No, not here, but right here, kind of tucked away. And you know this is it because there's no other plugs like around where you can do a fill like the diff fluid like back here. So here's a fill plug. Here's a drain plug. This is for your differential. In the front, the same one, kind of similar in the rear for fill, drain. So this one was a little peculiar because I couldn't get the actual wrench in there because it had this shield thing in the way or my breaker bar. So I had to get this kind of like swivel extension, and then now we can go ahead and give it a whirl. Well, that went well. Well, if it's loose enough, a magnet will work. It wasn't easy, folks, but we got it. Some jerk tightened that, man. I'll tell you what. Finally got my breaker bar on there. That was the last resort. I'm really glad I survived. I think we finally now drain the fluid. Oh, shoot. Holy crap. Sorry, light. What? Oh, what is wrong with this thing? Holy mama. Good Lord. Boy, that mat came in handy. You can kind of see it, but there it is. We got some good goop on there. All right, let's take a closer look. As you can tell, lots of gook gunk. It was pretty thick, we did pretty good, and nice and clean now. And of course, we're here with nothing but the best transmission fluid for your Acura or Honda for these years. Automatic transmission fluid, ATF DW1, specifically for Acuras, muscle Hondas. This is the perfect stuff you need. Don't go to Valvoline, get those quick changes or that max life stuff that's meant for every single vehicle. That's not what this car needs, trust me. I've done it plenty of times and I know. Of course, every time when you loosen this bolt with a 17mm socket, impact rated, breaker bars and stuff like that, this always really gives you a kick. So I flew back and I definitely hit my arm. What you're gonna need next is this, a really long funnel. So we went ahead in front of the throttle body here, like right along the side, not back here, wasn't enough room. So right over here is able to reach perfectly. Before I forget, we used a nice big tune-up on the car as well, Gum-out tune-up. So I dumped that in there with 93 octane fuel. And so that should help clean up things a lot. Ah, look at that bright red fluid. Compared to what you just saw before, this is fresh. Now these back ones are kind of interesting because as you see, brand new calipers on here and brake pads, but they still got this weird wear mark. The rotors aren't that bad. It's just a little weird surface for us, so we're gonna take this apart and see what's actually going on with these. I don't know, this grease looks pretty bad to me. It's pretty black and dingy. So we're going to replace it with that nice, vibrant purple synthetic stuff. Okay, and what we're going to do here is add this AT205 resealer into the engine oil. This stuff I heard works great, and so I'm going to try it on here as well, because who knows if we actually know where the oil leaks are coming from. So we might as well just attack it all at once, even if we do the valve cover change as well. And we're going to go ahead and clean up underneath with the power washer and some all-natural solvents to make sure we clean up everything just right. So let's go ahead and dump this in there, and we'll have to just monitor and see what the results are. Give you a little look at what it looks like now with all the spray on it. All right, here you go. All right, it's gonna look real good. All right, I'm ready for this. Are you? I hope you are. Let's do this thing. Wow, look how shiny it is already. Wow, take a look at this difference. I don't know what kind of detailing they did before, but I think they just sprayed some goop and left it, because this is detailing. At least a lot better. Check that out. Super clean. And then if there are any issues or leaks left, we'll be able to find them. All right, so let's get out of here and come back for the next day. I'm starting to get a little more weary every time I work on this vehicle because things just start popping up all over the place. Like the one thing, like this. Now, it's still pretty wobbly on the highway and not very good in suspension. You got some vibration going on there. And so what that means is that I brought it to the shop, gave me a quote, and it's gonna be a couple $1,000s to replace most of the suspension components. Yeah, probably right about what it was worth at that point. So I'm starting to think a little bit differently about this deal right now. But I wanna hear from you. What do you think about this vehicle and how we're doing so far? And is this a deal? And what about replacing the suspension? Should I do it, or should we just kind of boot it down the road here pretty soon? Well, talk about it. Love to hear your thoughts down below. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up right there, and make sure you subscribe for more content coming your way. A little bit on this vehicle, but much more exciting things to come along the way, just like some rear-wheel drive sports cars. Keep that in mind. Pretty important. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. This is GT Sam. I'm going to catch you next time.